line to the piano. And then the second time I got caught, they were moving half cars down the piano to the gravel pit and splitting the train, so then I had to go around that again. Yeah, I got caught in it twice, and it took an extra 20 minutes of my time, so there you go. Hopefully everything is sounding good here, and you're sounding good at least. It sounds like it so far.
You started out really strong and clear, and then at the end there was a little bit of static and noise was getting louder the longer you talked. It's a little strange.
Huh, that is strange. I'm not sure what I can do about it. Maybe my power supply is not happy. That's a possibility, but as long as it's you can hear what I'm saying, I'm gonna send it.
Working great. Just giving you feedback. So, all right, man. Well, stuff your pie hole real fast, or did you eat in the car?
I ate my fries in the car. I still gotta eat my sandwich real quick, so I'm gonna clear with you. I've got the Netlogger on, and we'll be ready come net time. This is KD8EPC, clearing with KD8SLG on your final there, Nick.
All right. We'll talk to you at the top of the hour. KD8EPC, this is KD8SLG clear.
KD8VYT.
KD8VYT, KD8SLG, what's up, Russ?
Yeah, both of you sound good. I didn't hear nothing wonky with Dustin's transmission, so it must be on your end.
My end is fine. I'm just, I got the headsets on, so I'm hypercritical. Yeah. If I was listening on the radio, I probably wouldn't have heard anything at all.
Oh, I don't have headphones on this radio. They cost too much. KD8VYT, I'll be standing by.
All right, Russ, you better have your cabbage shredding shoes on. I'll be linking us up a couple minutes before the top of the hour, so I will be standing by as well. KD8SLG. This is KD8SLG. We will be linking up to the N5XQK Memorial Boredom Breaker Net for the next couple of hours. Dustin, KD80PC, has the first hour. Nancy, KI5OZZ, has the second hour. You're not only welcome, but encouraged to check in on both hours with both NCOs. That starts at the top of the hour. I ask that everybody please stand by. It's KD8SLG. Clear.
Good afternoon and welcome to the N5XQK Memorial Boredom Breaker Net. My name is Dustin. My call sign is KD80PC, and I'll be net control for the first hour today. The Boredom Breaker Net meets every day at noon Central Time on the RCWA repeater, Allstar node 49562, and Echolink N5XQK-R. This is a direct net. All traffic must pass through net control, and all stations are welcome to check in. We'll take multiple rounds of check-ins, so if you don't get in the first time, just stand by and we'll get to you as soon as we can. We're linked in with our friends in Arkansas, Virginia, and various other repeaters. We ask you to key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit. Make sure you let everything drop so we can hear everything you have to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, not hearing any emergency or priority traffic. Stations waiting to check into the Boredom Breaker Net. Please say your call phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Delta 8, Victor Yankee Tango, KD8 VYT. This is Russ in Akron, Ohio.
This is Kilo Charlie 8, Mike Romeo Charlie. My name is Bob. I live in Oakwood Village, Ohio, and I'm going to be in the net.
I don't know if I made it through there at the beginning there. KC5 RBG. I know I doubled, but hopefully I made it through this time.
WV3K, going Canal Fulton.
Whiskey Alpha 8, Kilo Oscar Charlie, WA8 KOC, Fred, Akron, Echolink, Mobile.
All right there, let me pick it up and make sure I've got it. Perfect. We picked up AB8MO Andy there in the mobile. We have KD-VYT Russ. We have WA8KOC Fred in the mobile. We have KC8 MRC Bob was in and out. AI5HV Greg, and then we have Miss Judy in there. We have KC5 Real Big Guns, my good friend Shannon, and WV3K, another good friend Phil there. So let's start with a couple of mobiles here. AB8MO at the lunch table. How you doing, Andy? Take it away.
Wow, I totally heard, let's see, I heard Shannon twice, and half of those people I didn't hear at all. So you got better ears on your end than I do on Echo Stink. Anyway,
Let's see here. Yep, sitting at the lunch table, and I think the weather's pretty much the same here as it is down in Medina here in Middlefield, Ohio. On and off rain showers and kind of cold. But, well, we were kind of asking for it. We got some real bonus weather here at the beginning of October with 70 to 75 and sunny. So, we're kind of paying for it now. So, but the leaves are really starting to pop in color now. I was commenting on the barometer net this morning up in Burton. The maple trees, which there are a lot of them up there, they're at a really deep, dark red hue. It's really pretty to look at. So maybe we'll have some good color this year, even though we've had a lot of drought. So I'll catch you all tonight on the Beacon Net, and I don't know, I might go do the fox hunt up in Ashtabula County. They do fox hunts on Wednesday evenings, so I'm thinking about doing that tonight because they're not going to have too many more before they're going to suspend them for the rest of the year. So I'm thinking about doing that. May or may not do it. We'll see. I guess you'll have to ask me on the net tonight to see if I actually went through with my threat. Back to you, Dustin. Everybody have a great afternoon. This is AV8MO.
All right there, Andy. Well, great to have you with us. And if you go fox hunting there, make sure you wear your hunter's orange high 73 there, my friend, and we'll catch you down the log. Well, let's go over to Fred, WA8KOC. How you doing there, Fred?
Hi, Dustin. Good afternoon to you. Thanks for taking my check-in. I think AB8MO shouldn't feel so bad about our nice, cool, rainy weather here. Looks like the next 8 days are going to be pretty nice, at least in my neck of the woods in Akron, Ohio. But and the red hue, the deep red hue of the leaves on the maple trees indicate it's going to be a good maple syrup year in the spring. So anyway, I hope you have a good afternoon. I hope you have a good. Sure it will be. Hello to the man behind the curtain. And I'm going to schedule to check in with Ms. Nancy next hour. But I'm glad I got a chance to say hello to you, pal. Have yourself a wonderful Wednesday. Stay safe. I will talk to you soon. 7-3 to you and everybody else in here enjoying the Boredom Breaker Net. KD8EPC, WA8KOC.
All right there, Fred. Well, it's great to hear you out there, and boy, I do like some maple syrup, so we hope that those red leaves do mean good maple syrup there next year. And we'll be listening for you on the second hour, and I hope to catch you even again tonight on the Beacon Net. With that, we're going to go back up here at the top. We took care of our mobiles. Now we're going to go talk to Russ. KD8VYT, what's going on, Russ?
Yeah, I thought there for a minute you forgot me, but you didn't. I want to thank once again Dustin and Andy for out last week. I managed to talk to Italy yesterday twice. It was amazing. That amazes me how that works. But tomorrow I gotta go shred cabbage to make sauerkraut. I got 20 heads of cabbage. It's all gotta be shredded and put in a crock. So, and Saturday is the family fall festival at the church where they have trunk or treat. I'm almost ready for that. I just got to get the candy. I got car decorations and little toys and bubbles. I have 2 bubble machines. I'm going to lay it out. Anyway, it's good to be in here. And I'll try to get into Nancy next hour. But my wife's coming home with groceries. That's all I got. 73, everyone. Kilo Delta 8, Victor Yankee Tango.
W8WKY.
All right there, Russell. I am so happy to be hearing you on the air more often. I'm glad that you're getting that use out of that new antenna that we got up for you, and it's higher than ever. So glad it's working there. And you know, Sasquatches also take bribes by way of sauerkraut there. So just remember that one too. Well, we'll say 73 for now, Russ. Have a great afternoon, and we'll catch you there down the log. Let's go over to Greg now. AI5HV. How you doing there, Greg? Take it away.
Good afternoon, Dustin and Nick and everyone else on the net. This is Greg, Alpha India 5 Hotel Victor, coming to you from Broken Arrow. We're doing pretty good today. Hope you are doing well also.
Oh, I can't complain there, Greg. It's my day off. I did get stuck in a train twice today, but if that's the worst thing that happens to me, I think I'm doing pretty well there.
Good deal. We decided to take our two Huskies to the doggy play place today, and they always get pretty excited when we take them there. It's they really enjoy it, and they come home and they're just completely zonked out the rest of the day. But anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Sorry I didn't make the SARA Club net last night. I was at the Tulsa Amateur Radio Club meeting, and that went well. I had about 40 people there at the meeting, give or take. Just a lot of activity in ham radio here in northeast Oklahoma right now.
Well, there's no such thing as too much ham radio fun, so we're glad you had fun at the meeting there. And just Nick ran the club net last night, and I, for one, stuck around, so you got to miss me talking there last night for a minute. But great to hear you out there, Greg. Glad you had fun at the meeting, and glad to hear all is well. Did you have anything else for the net today?
Just remind everyone that they're having the Jamboree on the Air, the Boy Scouts event that's on Saturday the 19th. Hope folks are able to attend. I've got like multiple conflicts and I won't be able to join. Sad about that, but it is what it is. With that, I'll say thank you for running the net this hour, Dustin and Nick. Appreciate you both and all you do for amateur radio. Want to say wish you a blessed day and a blessed week. Wish blessings to everybody out there on the net. This is Alpha India 5, Hotel Victor, and I'll turn it back over to you.
All right there, Greg. Well, thank you for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to hear you. Make sure you tell Miss Judy we all said hello, and we'll say 73 and catch you there down the log. That's going to bring me to another good friend of mine, KC5 Real Big Guns. Shannon, how you doing this afternoon?
Good afternoon there, Dustin and Nick, KC5RBG, and so far it's been a good day. Woke up a little earlier than I wanted, but other than that, it's been a good day. Just getting ready to go to physical therapy. That's the only appointment I have today, thank goodness. We'll just count our blessings on that one. Had a good time talking with Nick last night. Me and him and Jairus were having a good time last night, discussing life and the country, and not really politics, but the election. So it was good talk. I really enjoyed it. I hope everyone else is having a wonderful day. That cool front that came into Tulsa last night I think it got down to 37 was the temp that I saw. And it's still pretty cool. I think it's still in the 50s, high 50s right now. Or it was the last time I looked. I don't know exactly what it is now. But anyway, I'll let you get on down your list there. Great talking to you, and we'll probably talk to you again tonight. KC5, Real Big Guns. God bless, and 73. back to net control.
All right there, Shannon. Well, I hope you're staying warm. It got pretty cool here last night, too. It's only 47 right now, but I still have yet to turn on the heat in the house. I refuse to turn on the furnace until the snow flies, so hoodies and warm clothes it is. Says it's 55 degrees in here, so not too bad. We'll say 73, my friend. Great to hear you out there, and we look forward to hopefully hearing you tonight. And me and you definitely need to catch up because it's been a while. So I'll say 73 and catch you down the log, and that's going to bring me to another real good friend of mine, WV3K. Phil, good afternoon. How are you? Try that one more time. WV3K. Phil, are you out there?
Hey, 8H&K Mobile.
All right. Let's see. We had a mobile in there. We'll get right back to you there. Phil wasn't there, so we're gonna just mark him green on the list. Elmer, I've got you on the list there. Stand by. KUIB John and WD8MIU have been picked out of the blue screen there. So this is KD8PC with the Boredom Breaker Net. I'm at the bottom of the list, and I'm looking for some check-ins. Please call now.
This is Kilo Delta 4, Yankee Victor Victor, 84 YBV, Justin, Virginia.
This is Kilo Golf 4, Oscar Yankee Sierra, KG4OYS Mobile, Kevin in Lynchburg, Virginia. In and out. Have a good night. This is
W5DLJ, Whiskey 5 Delta, Lima Juliet, Danny, Jonesboro.
November 5, Golf Lima Oscar. November 5, Golf Lima Oscar in 5, GLO Bill, Oakhurst, Texas.
Kilo 5 Juliet Romeo X-Ray, K5 JRX Mobile.
Doorway 4,
Sierra Zulu,
Charlie Tango, Bob in Virginia.
Kilo India 5 Tango Kilowatt Delta, that's KI5 TKD, John, Nakoma Park, Oklahoma.
I5TAQ in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
All right there, guys. Let me hold it up right there and make sure I've got it real quick. Perfect. I have KUIB John, WD8MIU Wade. I have KH&K Elmer in the mobile. I have KD4YVV Jeff. I have KG4OYS Kevin was mobile and in and out. I have W5 DLJ Danny. I have N5 GLO Bill. I have K5 JRX Justin in the mobile. I have GW8SZL Dave. I had a station. All I heard was Bob. I'm going to have to come back and get your call in a second here. Then I have a KI5 TKD and a KI5 TAQ. So, Bob, would you come back with your call, please?
Doorway 4, Italy Charlie Tango, N4ICT Bob in Virginia. Over.
All right, thank you so much. We got you in there that time. I really appreciate you coming back there. Those doubles are a little bit brutal. Well, let me go back up here to the top here and catch my mobile real quick. KHNK, Elmer, take it away.
W8WKY.
KE8HNK, I was letting a repeater ID there. I'm mobile here. Had to day off for work. I was spending with the grandbaby. Had to actually go look at a job.
for some woodworking. Hopefully get the quote out to the guy in about a week or so. Other than that, just kind of sitting there, enjoying the day, trying to stay out of the raindrops and stay out from under the clouds that are raining. I see a couple peaks of blue sky as well. Other than that, that's all that's going on. It's K8H&K, back to net control. 73, everybody.
All right there, Elmer. Well, enjoy your day off. It's great to hear you out there, my friend, and we'll look forward to catching you down the log again real soon. Let's go over to John now, KUIB. How you doing?
KD8 UPC from KD8 UIB. Good afternoon, Dustin. Everybody out there on the net. Just want to jump on this lovely Wednesday afternoon, or should I say chilly Wednesday afternoon, and just say hello to everybody. It is midday. It's Wednesday. I'm halfway through the work week. That is always a great thing. And just want to say thank you for running the net, Dustin. And by the way, Nick back there behind the scenes, thank you to you. And let me mention belated happy birthday, since I forgot to say happy birthday to you yesterday. And with that, you guys, this is K8UIB. I'm going to hand this back to net control. 7-3, y'all.
All right there, John. Well, great to hear you out there. As always, my friend, don't have too much fun at the Big W. We're going to throw another nickel in the jar for you, and we'll look forward to catching you down the log real soon. All right, let's go over to K5 at JRX now. Justin, how you doing?
Good afternoon, Dustin. The rest of the net. This is K5JRX. We're doing all right. Just taking a quick break. We are already at the Big W, so putting in a new header beam today, so it's been fighting us a little bit, but we made it over the hump. So taking a quick lunch break, and then we're going to get back to it. I just thought I'd check in at the net while I had a minute, since I don't do that very often. So hello to everyone that's out there, and we'll catch you guys a little bit later. 7-3 for now. K5JRX. Back to that.
All right there. Well, that sounds like an awful lot of work, and I don't know anything about it. So I'm glad you're over the hump there, and I'm glad you took some time to stop and say hello to us. So you be safe there. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll look forward to catching you down the log. All right, let's jump on over to the west coast of Florida and talk to WD8MIU. Warm weather Wade. What's the temperature there, and how you doing, my friend?
Hello, Dustin and Nick and everybody else. We're mobile, heading to get the oil changed in the car. We're about 1,000 miles from being where they want me to be to get it, but it's been a while. I think they said I should get it changed in August, and this is October. But we don't drive much, so it takes a while to get to that point. And we use synthetic, so it's, I'm sure everything's fine there. It's in the 70s. As you guys are having cooler weather, we are too, which is a good thing. I was cleaning up brush and all kinds of stuff from the hurricane, and my left hand started itching, and I couldn't figure out why. I didn't feel anything that bite me or anything. About 2 days later, I got all these warts on not warts, but bumps, and they were fire ants. And I didn't even feel them biting me, but boy, I tell you, it itched, and now I see why it itched. I went to see my dermatologist this morning to get a spot taken off that's cancerous, and I showed him my hand. He goes, "Oh, they got you good, didn't they?" I said, "Yeah, they did." Anyway, we had the dermatologist this morning. I called him the master carver, and then I had to get the oil change in the car, so that's kind of keeping me busy here. Good here, Shannon, and some of the guys in there, and we'll turn it back over to you, and thanks for picking me up, and we'll be listening. WD8MIU, Seminole, Florida.
Oh, man there, Wade. Well, you be careful, and it's great to hear you out there, and you get that oil changed, and hopefully we'll hear you again this evening. Boy, that sounds painful, though. We'll say 73, and we'll catch you down the log, and that's going to bring me to Jeff now, KD4YVV. What's going on?
All right, Dustin. We got 57 degrees, breezy. I got the window down in the car. I'm
waiting to receive it, so I hope I'm still in it. And that's pretty much it. I love the fall weather. I mean, I really do. So since I retired, I've been able to enjoy some of it and not worrying about having to go back to work. And my wife asked me, did I need to go back to work or because I might be getting lazy? I said, no, as long as I'm not getting fat. That's pretty much it. KD4YVD, back over to you.
All right, there you go, Jeff. Well, I guess it's okay to be lazy as long as you're not going to get fat. Hi. 73, my friend. Have a great afternoon, and we'll catch you there at Down the Log. Let's go talk to Danny now, W5 at DLJ. How you doing, Danny?
Dustin, I am doing okie dokie. I've been doing a lot of 10-meter DXing, having a lot of fun. It's okay, beautiful day. Leaves are changing. Just want to say 73, have a good weekend coming up. W5 DLJ. Take care, Dustin. Bye-bye.
All right there, Danny. We'll enjoy that 10 meters. Enjoy that beautiful weather. And make sure when you see Michael, you tell him we all said hello and we miss him here on the net. So we'll say 73, and that's going to bring me over to Texas now. N5 at GLO. How you doing, Bill?
N5 GLO to the net. Doing pretty well today. My wife's got some chores for me. She told me to go ahead and check in on the net, and then I got to get out and get with her. But it's only like in the 60s right here low 60s on my porch up here today. It's amazing. It feels, it's very cool out here. Anyway, just wanted to say hi to the folks, and this weather came through. The weatherman was right this time around. He got it right for Texas. It's 5 GLO.
All right there. Well, I'll tell you what, those weathermen are the only people that can get it wrong most of the time and still keep a job. So we'll say 73, and great to hear you, Bill, and we'll look forward to catching you down the log. And that's going to bring me over to Dave now, GW8SZL. How you doing, Dave?
KD8EPC from GW8SZL. Hi, Dustin, and everybody on the net there this afternoon. Not doing too badly at all, actually. Could you please proxy in Declan 2 Whiskey 0 Kilo Yankee Hotel, the kind young ham, and Sue, Mike Whiskey 7 finally did it for me, please. I know Nick's busy on the keyboard typing in as I speak. Well, as I said, we currently got 62 Foxtrot over here at local times 18:26. It's a lot warmer today than it has been at this time. We have been down to for 48, 49 at this time of the evening. The last couple of days it's cloudy, and we're having loads of really, really heavy rainstorms passing through here. In fact, 2 crashes earlier on this morning that caused gridlock for miles and miles and miles have been attributed to the weather and people driving too fast. But that's never going to change there, Dustin. Anyway, thanks for taking my check, and you got loads of stations on the list, so I'll put it back to you and let you get on then with the next station. And thanks for taking my check-in. KD8EPC from GW8SZL.
All right there, Dave. Well, so wonderful to hear you, and I'll tell you what, I hope that those rainstorms weren't too bad there. Let me make sure this thing dropped real quick.
W8WKY.
All right, just had to make sure I get a reset there so everybody can hear me. But anyhow, yeah, great to hear you out there, and I hope you don't get too much of that rain. We've got 47 degrees Foxtrot here right now, and the sun's trying to peek out, but it's been gray and raining on and off all morning. So there you go, Dave. 73, we've got your proxies in there of Declan and Sue, and we'll say 73 all the way around and look forward to catching you again down the log. All right, let's go talk to Bob now, N4ICT. How you doing, Bob?
58, 59 degrees. And I'm going my ballot as early voting and get that out of the way. So with that, we'll say 7-3 to everybody, and everyone have a nice day. And for ICT, we'll be clear.
All right there, Bob. I got most of what you said, but it was a rough copy. You dropped the repeater a couple of times, but right towards the end there, wherever you were, if you moved an inch or whatever you did was perfect. So there you go. Great to hear you. Glad you got your early voting there done, and we'll look forward to catching you down the log. All right, let's go on to KI5TKD. John, how you doing?
Yes, this is KI5TKD. Good afternoon, everybody on the net. Good to hear everybody. Beautiful day here in Oklahoma City. Just like my neighbor down in Texas said, we're at 60 degrees, so I actually got to turn the air conditioner off for the first time. Give it a long overdue break. But I've been sitting here on a FT8 this morning playing a little 10-meter FT8. The propagation's been pretty good. I've been getting a lot of European stations on here. But other than that, just enjoying the weather, and just heard you guys on, thought I'd check in on the net, but nothing else to report. I'll send it back to net control. This is KI5TKD.
All right there, John. Well, thanks so much for stopping by, and I'm glad you got to give the AC a little rest there, and I'm sure that's a little better on the electric bill, too. So let's say 73, catch you down the log, and that's going to bring me over to Taco Tim now. KI5 at TAQ. Take it away.
Well, good afternoon, Dustin, to everybody on the net. This is KI5TAQ. I've just been out and about for a little to get some gas for my ride so I can finish the week out. Because now, yeah, my wife got another loaner, but I'm out of the truck and back into my ride. But anyways, yeah, according to my car thermometer, it's right now 56 degrees here at my house or at my queue to go inside, put together a lunch, and then maybe get ready for the next hour. And, well, you all have a little bit of fun. And one other thing, I know we're like less than 25 days away from the election. So, yeah, I know for those who have early voting, you've done a good job of voting right now. For those who haven't voted yet, time to get out there and register to vote, or just wait time and go to the polls come election day. I'll say 7-3 is for right now and let you get back down the log. This is KI5TAQ, Taco Tim.
All right there, Tim. We'll say 73 to you. Great to hear you out there. We'll look forward to catching you down the log. All right, Taco Tim was the bottom of the current list. We picked up a couple more there. We have KVOX Scott, and we have an 8JET Bill. This is KD8EPC with the Boredom Breaker Net. I'm looking for some check-ins. Please call now.
QFA Serpocto, sir. Martin Mudbury, Ohio.
Oh, Whiskey 5, Bravo, Papa, Scooter in the Mobile.
Evo, India 5, Whiskey Delta Mike, KI5WDM, Donald in the Osage, and Mobile.
Kilo Delta 5, Alpha Foxtrot Sierra.
All right, let me make sure I've got it here. Perfect. We have KVOX Scott, NAJT Bill, K8SFS Southern Mark, W5 Bravo Bravo Papa Scooter. We have KI5 WDM Donald. Both of them are mobile. And we have KD5 AFS Grant. Let's start with our mobiles here. W5 Bravo Bravo Papa Scooter. How you doing?
Also, on my way out to Claremore, so I'm heading right towards the repeater. Good to hear Taco Tim on there. Tim, give me a call sometime. I haven't heard from you in a long time. A lot of things going on. But other than the weather and the beautiful day that it is, and not a cloud in the sky, just light blue, beautiful sky. Looking real good. Gotta go out to Suburban Chevrolet in Claremore and pull a radio out of a Nissan van and put another one in it for him. So it's been a little slow with the fair going on. The fair kind of kills the business in Tulsa every year. It may bring a lot of business to the food places and the hotels and motel business, but it sure kills everything else. Well, enough negativism on the radio today. I'll be quiet about that. But everyone have a good day, and be careful out there in your mobile. And 73s to all from Whiskey 5 Bravo Bravo Papa, Big Bad Pappy. We're clear.
All right there, Scooter. Well, we'll say 73 to you. Mobile safely out there, and good luck there with that radio. All right, let's talk to Donald now, KI5 at WDM. Good afternoon. Take it away.
Yeah, this is Kilo India 5 Whiskey Delta Mike. Good afternoon, Dustin. Just running up to Bartersville. I got some supplies and medicines to pick up for the wife. And I'm going to get back home and get back on my project. Beautiful day outside. I've got a light little hoodie on over a t-shirt, and I am not cold one little bit. So, hallelujah for that. We'll take it. That's all I've got, Dustin. Have a great day. This is Kilo India Whiskey Delta Mike on the side.
All right there, Donald. We'll say 73 to you. We look forward to catching you again down the log real soon, and you mobile safely, my friend. Let's go back up to the top and talk to Scott, Key VOX. What's going on, Scott?
Good afternoon, everyone. This is KE8 of VOX. Scott up here on the shores of Lake Erie in Vermilion, Ohio. Thanks for getting me on the list there, Dustin and Nick. Thanks for doing the net. The sun's finally shining up here, but it's only 50 degrees. The lake is extreme. It's not super rough, but it's probably got 4-footers with white caps. I ain't gonna go out in no boat today, that's for sure. But otherwise, it's not too bad out, considering that it's already halfway through October almost. Let's see, I've been pretty busy. I demoed the old homestead there and getting ready to rebuild there, but they finally got it demolished, so now hopefully things will pick up and start moving along there a little bit faster. And what else? Oh, well, I did do some radio stuff. I put my FTM 6000 on my e-bike in order to be bikes on the air. And it seems to be working out pretty good. I just need the warm weather again to come back so that I can ride the bike. It's been a little chilly for any bike riding. But that's all I got. Just enjoying the day and enjoying listening to the net. This is KE8 VOX sending it back to net control. 73, everyone.
All right, right, 73 there, Scott, and best of luck getting everything together over there. We'll say 73, and that's going to bring me over to Bill. N8JET, good afternoon. Take it away.
KD8EPC and the group. This is NHAET. Well, good afternoon, Justin and Nick and everybody. Hope you're all having a good day. It's 50 degrees here in Avon, and it looks like the sun is coming out now and again. Otherwise, earlier we had just gray skies and 15-mile-an-hour winds, but the winds must have been a lot stronger last night because it took down my 20-meter dipole, which may explain why I couldn't do HF last night. Although the tuner tuned it, I was getting really good looking SWRs that I just couldn't hear anybody. So anyway, I will wish everyone a great day and send it back to Net. This is NHAET, clear. 7-3 all.
All right there, Bill. Well, great to hear you out there. We're going to say 73 to you, and we'll look forward to catching you again there down the log real soon. Let's jump. SFS, take it away.
Yeah, good to hear you, Dustin. Yeah, I'll probably see you tomorrow night at the meet, of course. And we got 48 degrees here, mostly cloudy, feel like 43 degrees, and only gonna get up to 50 degrees today. And gas price is $4.12 to $4.15 all around Wadburn. Yeah. And let me drop a bit. Well, you know, most of you guys know that I play chess. Today I lost 2 games. I played only 2 games today and lost both games. I'm not. We got a new guy playing today too. I didn't play him either, and I don't know how he did. And I left before they finished the game. Yeah. But other than that, don't okay, you know that. Like I said, you know, and at least it's not raining out there right now. And it was raining that morning, and right now it's cloudy. I'll be satisfied with that. And but anyhow, all I really got to say, and so I'm going to give it back to you, Dustin. Q8 Sarah Photo, sir. Mark and Wadburn.
All right there, Mark. Well, great to hear you out there, and sorry you lost your game. So there you go. We'll say 73, and we'll look forward to hopefully catching you tomorrow at the meeting. I'm pretty sure I'll be there, but I'm not at 100%. So there you go. We're going to go down to Grant now, KD5 AFS. Good afternoon, Grant. What are you smoking today?
KD8EPC in the net, KD5AFS. Good afternoon, Dustin, everybody else out there, and howdy, Mr. Nick on the keyboard. Nothing today, Dustin. I may be about out of business on that. They've issued they're starting to issue burn bans in northeast Oklahoma left and right, and they're closing in on me, so once that happens, I'll be stuck with the gas grill. Other than that, all's well. 34 degrees this morning. They had us under a freeze warning, but it didn't get quite down to freezing. I didn't see no frost on anything, so I guess that's good because I still got plants outside. So, I have to get them in here for too much longer. But other than that, Nick, just got a few chores going on, or Dustin, got a few chores going on around the house, and not much going on here. Since it finally cooled off,
I got some chili meat out of the freezer yesterday, and I'm going to make a pot of homemade chili on the stove today. And hadn't had any yellow paint since last winter, so that ought to be good. Thanks for picking me up, Dustin. Doing a great job, and I will send it back to you, sir. KD5 AFS.
All right there, Grant. Well, wonderful to hear you out there, my friend. And sorry to hear about the burn bans. I hope you guys get some rain and then the burn bans will go away and you'll be able to use the smoker again. In the meantime, chili sounds pretty good there. So you and make sure you have some for us too, and we'll catch you there down. Grant was the bottom of the list. This is KDDPC with the Boredom Break. Grant, I got plenty of time and plenty of empty lines to fill, so stations waiting to check in. Please call now.
Kilo Delta Zero, Whiskey Hotel Golf, Bob.
Oh, Whiskey 7 Sierra Tango, Cal here in Garland County, Arkansas.
Ray in Tulsa.
Kilo India 5 Oscar Zulu Zulu, KI5 OZZ the Oz, Pegs, Oklahoma.
KI5 YWF.
Kilo Echo 8 Mike Yankee Lima Nat, Walton Hills, Ohio.
All right, now that unpleasant's out of the way, let me tell you who we picked up. KD0WHG Robert, W7STT, or STT Cal, K5CFY Ray, I have KI5OZZ Nancy, I have KI5YWS Saul, it looks like, and then K8MYL Matthew. Let's start here at the top. KD0WHG, good afternoon. All right, not sure what that is. Let's try this again. KD0WHG. Robert, you out there? All right, nothing heard there. Let's try W7STT. Cal, take it away.
Yeah, Cal's here, Whiskey 7 Sierra Tango Tango. We're sitting here, a nice sunny day at about 62 degrees outside, and blue sky for a change. It's been hazy so long, it's finally got a little bit of clearness out there, so that's looking good. Other than that, don't have a whole lot to say, except, tacos and quesos coming up with unusual phonetics, and so I'll just pass along our 7.3s and whiskey. Willie's 7 Swinging Tiger Tails. We'll sign off with that, and may the good Lord take a liking to you.
All right, there. Getting a little worried you weren't going to say your catchphrase there, so glad you did. Great to hear you, my friend. Have a wonderful afternoon and enjoy it. It's 48 degrees here. A little chilly, but I'm staying inside today, so there you go. Let's go over to Mr. Ray now at K5CFY. How you doing there, Ray? What's going on, and how's old Fred?
KD8 EPC in the net, K5CFY. Good afternoon there, Mr. Dustin. Wonderful job as usual. Wave a hand there at just Nick on the keyboard. Thank you there, Nick. Not much going on here. I've been kind of getting things ready for Saturday. We're having the jamboree on the air for the scouts. Going to go out to the ranch here and get a bunch of scouts on the radio. So kind of getting stuff on the tower trailer and getting it ready to go. Nice weather. Definitely enjoying that. And I'll get back to you so you can get on down to Miss Oz there. K5CFY, back to net control.
All right there, Ray. Well, it sounds like you got good things happening there, and have fun there at the jamboree with the kids there, and that tower trailer is super cool. So enjoy yourself. Thanks for joining us, and yeah, we're gonna go down here and talk to Miss Nancy now. KI5OZZ. What do you brick up today, Nancy? Take it away.
KD8 EPC and the rest of the Boredom Breaker netizens, good afternoon from KI5OZZ. I'm not going to brick them, I don't think. But I've only made them once before, but I'm going to try those Hasselbeck potatoes this evening for dinner. So I'll try not to brick them. But, yeah, they're supposed to come out soft, so we'll see. KI5OZZ, back to net. See you at the top of the hour.
All right there, Miss Nancy. Well, I'm sure they'll be delicious. We'll say 73, and we'll look for you again here at the top of the hour. We're going to go down here now and talk to KI5 Yankee Whiskey Sierra. Saul, go ahead. KI5YWS. KI5YWF. Don, take it away. All right, nothing heard there. Maybe we got that wrong, so that's why phonetics are important there. We're going to say 73 on that one and move on down to KE8MYL. Matthew, how you doing?
This is K8MYL. Just Matt up here in Ohio. Just wanted to call and check in, I should say. Using Echolink, I came across the net on a live stream, so I was like, hey, let me jump in and say my 2 cents. But nothing going on here. Great net, and I wanted to send it back to you. This is K8MYL.
Fabulous, Matt. Well, wonderful to hear you out there, and says you're in Macedonia. So if you're on the radio in the evening time, you can find me and just Nick, the man behind the curtain, again at 10 o'clock tonight for the Beacon Net. And you should be able to hit either our repeater or the 015 or something there. But you can find us on W8WKY on Echolink too. 10 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 for a pre-show there. So we'd love to hear you there too. We'll say 73 to you there, and let's see, Matt there was the bottom of the list, so this is KD8 EPC with the Boredom Breaker Net. I have plenty of time and plenty of empty lines to fill, so station's waiting to check in. Please call now.
King Charles 8, Fox Queen Victor. Good afternoon, Dustin. Here is KC8FQV, and good afternoon, Nick.
Recheck KI5YWS.
Kilo Echo 8 Tango Lima Bravo KE8TLB Randy in Wadsworth, Ohio. I'll be in and out. 73. God bless.
Kilo Delta 0 Whiskey Hotel Golf.
let me pick it up right there. We got KC8 FQV, the northernmost mark. We were starting to get worried about you, but now it's a net. I have a recheck from KI5YWF Don, and I also have a recheck from KD0WHG Bob. So let me start with my rechecks real quick before I forget them. Mark, I'll get right to you, but KI5YWF Don, take it away.
Hey, Dustin, I'm sorry I fell on you. This was KI5YWF. I picked up my backpack and disconnected my radio, so I had to wait till it reconnected. But anyway, I just wanted to holler at Grant and tell him he needs to get himself an electric smoker. I got a Mastercraft electric, and it works year-round, and you ain't got to worry about Mother Nature shutting you down with no rain. So I'm just going to put my little 2 cents in there so he could skip the chili and get back to cooking his meats there. So just put a little 2 cents in there. Anyway, y'all have a great day. I'm going to have to get back out here and get back to work. 7-3, and Dustin, thank you for taking my call again. This is KI5WF out.
All right there, Don. Well, 73T, and thanks for coming out again. We have Kilo India 5, Yankee Whiskey Foxtrot 73, and that's going to bring back to Kilo Delta 0, Whiskey Hotel Golf. Bob, how you doing?
Kilo Delta 0, Whiskey Hotel Golf, Bob, on HT, so I guess QRP, off a magnetic mount on top of a grill on the back porch. So, newer to the area, got the license in 2013 in Colorado, which is why I've got the call sign I do. Spent most of my time doing high frequency, hopping around the world, but also local repeaters so that we could keep track of the local forest fires that put us at risk from time to time, since all the news could do is go out and ask people, your house just burnt down, how do you feel? When what we wanted to know is where's the fire and where's it going and how fast, so we knew whether to get out of town or not. But yeah, good to meet everybody. Hope to shake hands with a few of you face to face. Today doing the usual chores and also trying to restore an old flat wick kerosene lamp that my grandfather said he used to do his schoolwork by, so I'm guessing that would have been in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So good to meet everybody. Kilo Delta 0, Whiskey Hotel Golf, Bob, near Skytook. Over.
All right there, Bob. Well, pleasure to meet you. Glad to have you on the air with us. And, yeah, call sign here is Kilo Delta 8 Echo Papa Charlie. Name is Dustin, and we run the first hour every Wednesday. So come back and visit us. This net goes a couple hours every day from noon Central until 2 o'clock. We switch net controls at the top of the hours, and we welcome rechecks. So we'll say 73 for now. And now it's a real net here, KC8 FQV. How you doing there, Mark? We were starting to get worried when we hadn't heard from you. Take it away.
All right, Dustin, yeah, KCFQV. Yeah, I just got finished watching a sale. Normally I don't, well, I sometimes watch that part of the sale, the no runs and that, but I just was down to, I think about 66 IM, so it was fine, it worked out because I was drinking pop, drinking some high test. Yeah, you got zero, Coke Zero or any of the zeros, them got sugars. And then you got high test. Well, I have to have, we get both. But the high test just sits around here until I need it. So I need it. So we drank about 30 carbs of that. But everything else is going good. Yeah, there'll be several more nets tonight. We got the Wooster Group. We got the Food Network. We got the Cars Group up in Cleveland has a net at 9 o'clock. I'm on 4682. And, of course, we got the big show at the end of the night, the Beacon Net. And there's plenty of other nets around in this Internet of Things. We can find all kinds of things. The Internet of Things can get us in trouble, too. And the Internet of Things also creates trouble sometimes. You never know when the thing wants to unravel itself. So I'll send it back to net control, Dustin, and Nick. Yeah, Nick's trying to keep all the wires together behind the keyboards. KCFQV.
All right there, Mark. Well, you enjoy that high test, and we're glad to have you with us, and good to hear you. We'll say 73 to you. This is KD8EPC with the Boredom Breaker Net. I've got a couple of minutes left, and I've still got plenty of empty lines to fill, so any stations waiting to check in, please call now.
Kilo 5, Alpha Victor Foxtrot, K5 AVF.
KA6DOY.
All right, I picked up K5 AVF, Alex, KA6DOY Rebel, and I heard a third station there back in the noise. That other station, you want to go ahead and try to give me your call again? We'll try to pick you up.
Kilo Echo 8 Tango Lima Bravo KE8TLB. Be in and out 73.
All right there, Randy. I already had you on the list, but I got you again. So there you go. We'll say 73, and we'll look forward to catching you again down the log soon. All right, let's get these couple of check-ins we've got. Let's start with Alex, K5 AVF. Good afternoon. How you doing?
All right, good afternoon, Dustin, KD8EPC. I couldn't remember your name yesterday. This is Kilo 5 Alpha Victor Foxtrot Alex here in Glenpool, Oklahoma. We've got 63 degrees. I can't read. 63 degrees, 33% humidity, zero wind right now, but it's been kind of up and down. So, Dustin, we haven't been doing anything. Took my wife into the hearing aid doctor this morning. She had to get some adjustments made on her hearing aids and got that taken care of. Then we stopped by a neat restaurant up on 41st and Sheridan, 41st and Yale, between Sheridan and Yale. Anyway, it's called Ricardo's. It's great Mexican food. It's been there forever. I'm sure all folks around here in Oklahoma probably have heard of Ricardo's. So anyway, if you ever come back, we'll take you to Ricardo's, Dustin. You and Nick both. Back to you. Have a great day. K5 AVF. Back to you, Dustin.
All right there, Alex. Well, that sounds wonderful. And, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when I come back and visit, because I definitely plan to come back and see y'all. And I'm going to drag just Nick and maybe Russ, and we'll see who else we can drag with us. So there you go. Great to hear you, Alex. We'll say 73, and we look forward to catching you again there real soon down the log. Here's another good friend of ours, KA6DOY Rebel. How are you?
Well, thank you, Dustin. KD8EPC, Yankee Oscar Delta 6 Alpha Kilo. I'm not sure what side of the bed I fell off of this morning, but I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing today. I am all confused today, Dustin, but I hope everybody has a great radio day, and looking forward to seeing Ray and a bunch of friends out at the Scout Ranch this Saturday. So one thing I'll be doing today is testing my portable station. So anyway, Dustin, thank you for doing the net today. You sound great, and I hope you have a great day in Ohio. KD8EPC, KA6DOY, sometimes known as Yankee Oscar Delta 6 Alpha Kilo in my undercover work. Back to you, Dustin. Over.
All right, Yankee Oscar Delta 6 Alpha Kilo. Rebel, great to hear you out there in Baofeng, Oklahoma. Sounds like lots of good things happening there. And, we're going to have a fun radio day here. We got this net, we got the Beacon net, and maybe we'll try to play a little bit of HF in the meantime. So we'll say 73, Rebel. Thanks again for stopping by, as always, and we'll look forward to catching you down the log. With that, my time is up here, so I'm looking for the Oz. KI5OZZ, Miss Nancy, are you ready to take the helm?
KD8 EPC, this is KI5OZZ. Yes, I am, and thank you for doing your portion of being cool on the stool.
Oh, not a problem at all, and thank you for taking the second hour and your number 42 today. So how about that? I'd like to thank everybody that checked in with us on the first hour. We couldn't do this net without all our wonderful check-ins there. Miss Nancy and everybody else there behind the scenes, the great team here. We have a great time there. So with that, this is KD8 EPC. I'm going to say 73, and I'm turning net control over to KI5OZZ. Have a great net there, Miss Nancy, and get lots of check-ins.
Oh, thank you, Dustin, and thank you to you too, Nick. KD8SLG, the man behind the curtain out there. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second hour of today's N5XQK Daily Memorial Boredom Breaker Net. This is Kilo India 5, Oscar Zulu Zulu, KI5OZZ, otherwise known as the Oz, but the actual handle is Nancy, November Alpha, November Charlie Yankee. And today's question of the day, what was the first movie you saw in the theater? Please come with your calls phonetically and alphabetically. I'm listening.
Echo November Uniform, KD5ENU, Gil, Claremore, Oklahoma. Whiskey Alpha 8, Kilo Oscar Charlie, WA8KOC. Fred, Akron, Ohio, Echolink, Mobile.
Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango, KA8MNT, Tom in Canton, Ohio.
Kilo Delta 8, Victor Yankee Tango, KD8 BYT, Russ in Akron, Ohio.
Well, let me pick it up there for a second. I think there was a double with Russ, but let me read off who I've got. I've got KD5ENU. I've got Fred in the mobile, WA8KOC. I've got Mark, KC8FQV. I've also got Tom, KA8MNT, and Russ, KD8VYT. And I think there was a double with Russ right at the end there. If you could come back and re-identify, that'd be great.
This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, WV3K in Canal Fulton, Phil, and I'm on, WV3K. Back to you, Ned.
Gotcha, Phil. All right, you're the tail gunner for that set. So, back up to the top here. Let's catch Fred in the mobile real quick, WA8KOC. What was the first movie you saw in the theater?
KI5OZZ, WA8KOC, Miss Nancy. Good afternoon to you. Thank you for taking my check-in. Sincerely appreciate that. I hope you're having a good day. Hopefully the coffee has flowed well this morning, so you're on target, ready to rock. And it's always good talking to you. I enjoyed having you check in on the barometer net this morning. As far as the movie goes, it was one of two, and I can't really remember right. It was either Fantastic Voyage, Isaac Asimov, or it was 2001: A Space Odyssey. And that kind of gives away my age. So I'm going to go grab my crutches, my cane, put my teeth back, and paper on the way out. Time goes by pretty quick. Thanks, Nancy. Take care of yourself. Have a great day, and have a wonderful net. We'll look forward to talking to you soon. You and everybody else in here. KI5OZZ, WA8KOC.
and 73 to you. You make sure and mobile safe out there, and don't forget the Geritol while you're at it there, youngster. We'll clear with you, A8KOC. Thanks for the laughs there, Fred. And head on back up to the top of the list and Snaggle Gill, KD5ENU. What was the first movie you remember seeing in the theater?
I do not know. It's too far back. I can't remember what it was. The first one I saw, it was, it's been too many since. I don't know which one's the first. I can't recall. But anyway, I want to take this opportunity. I don't want to put a damper on things, but I am going to be leaving the 09 frequency and selling my radios. There's just too much going on with them. I've been on the radio all day trying to get the 220 to talk, but it's being looped all day to 09. And I don't know how many people don't like that, but I don't. Looping for 2 hours is one thing, but looping for all day is another. So, this will be probably the last time I will be on the Boredom Breaker net, turning my radios off, and probably will put them up for sale. KD5ENU, thanks for letting me vent. I'll be clear. 7-3.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Gil, and 73 at you, and I wish you all the best. I really wish that maybe that could get worked out. But 73 at you, and thanks for participating today and all the days before. We'll clear with KD5ENU. And head on down to Mark, KC8FQV. What's the first movie you remember seeing in a theater?
All right, Nancy. The odds, KC8FQV. Well, I didn't see too many. Seen some movies at home when we had HBO and that. And we were, before that, my brother used to tape movies at the fraternity at the one professor's house and bring them home. But then we got the satellite and we were watching movies all the time. But when I went to the theater, I can remember the big one I remember was Smokey and the Bandit and that. And then, of course, I just seen a movie this past spring. It was a musical. It was a live cast. It was out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and the church group went up and we watched it there at the theater. It was it was a play. A play they did. So it was a movie. But everything else is going good. Yeah, we're gonna get some lunch here, and we're gonna eat that. And we'll send it back to net. So we'll catch everyone tonight on the other net. So KC8FQV, back to net. Let's see, before I go back, it sounded like Fred was riding a train. It sounded like it clunking her on. And you see, Fred, how Nancy did? He just calls back all them stations and then grabs the ones she couldn't hear. And it's not a waste of time to call back them stations, Fred. Call them back, and you will eliminate some of the pileup, because the few that she got, they ain't going to try again because they know they're there, and the few that didn't get heard, they're the only ones that are going to try to check in. So send it back to net, KC8FQV.
Well, Mark, since Fred was making fun of his age, maybe he was on the train because they had those before they had automobiles. So, all right, Fred, we're just poking at you. Have a good one. Mark, we'll clear with KC8FQV. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and we'll head on down to Tom. I don't remember if you have called into my net before, and it is a delight to have you on. KA8MNT, welcome to the net this afternoon. What was the first movie you saw in a theater?
KI5OZZ, this is KA8MNT. Well, good afternoon, Nancy and everybody else that's on the net here. Yeah, I've been on, I think I've checked in with, let's see, KC5 or K5CFY or whatever. If I remember right, it's been a long time. It's been a few months. But any old how, it's great to be here. And the first movie that I ever saw in a theater, you will never see again in the theater or on TV. The name of that movie was Song of the South. The last time it was there, it was like 22 years after I saw it. I took my daughter when she was, I think, 8 years old for her to see it, and then that was the last time it was on there because everybody started taking offense to it. But it's a fantastic Disney movie, and everybody, should see it. And just as a side note, the first movie that I ever took a date to was The Sound of Music. So, not to date myself, but I think I had slate chalkboards back then, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Okay, enough of my rambling. So with that, I want to say 7-3. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep smiling. This is Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango, turning everything back over to the super duper capable hands of KI5OZZ.
Well, thank you, Tom. And yeah, that is probably amongst probably a handful of movies and or shows that may never be seen or heard from again because of let's just call it political correctness. Since we're on the air. So with that, have a wonderful Wednesday, Tom, and thank you for your participation in the net. 73 to you. We'll clear with KA8MNT, and come on down to Russ, KD8VYE. What was the first movie you remember seeing in a theater?
You gotta be kidding me. I've seen a lot of those movies. But then when Tom said Song of the South, that's probably the earliest one I remember. But as far as Fred goes, I wonder if he still has his McGuffey reader. And the show that Mark was talking about, was, if it was this year, was probably Daniel at the Sight and Sound Theater in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. If you have never been to there, they do Bible stories, and it is the best show you'll ever see. Anyway, I don't know. I thought of a lot of movies like, in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Halloween. I didn't see a lot of theater movies when I was a kid. I was surprised Mom and Dad took me to see Halloween. Anyway, everybody have a great day. 73, this is KD8VYT.
Oh, thank you, Russ. We'll clear with KD8VYT, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That's definitely a great flick if you haven't seen it. Richard Dreyfuss, I do believe, plays the main character in that, and he did a fantastic job. Have a wonderful Wednesday, Russ, and let's come on down to Phil, WB3K. Welcome to the show this afternoon. What was the first movie you remember seeing in the theater? This is KI5OZZ.
KO5OZZ, Nancy. This is WB3K, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo from Canal Fulton. And it's very nice to hear your voice. It's very comforting and very pleasant to hear. So, anyway, I'm having a wonderful day today. And I got a really pleasant call from Fred. It was nice to hear his sweet voice. He's really neat. I enjoyed talking to him, too, on the program. A movie. My father, when I was a young kid, just shortly before I was getting out of middle school, he took me to the theater up in Fairlawn, and that was very, very big for me because I thought, wow, this is really going to be neat. My dad was so excited about wanting to go to this movie, and it was called The Longest Day, and it was a long movie as well, and it was just, at least at that time,
Well, it's very unlike Phil to drop off like that. WV3K, are you still with us? Did you happen to use Echolink today? Well, if he is able to listen, he can definitely try to check back in, and I might check back with him here in a few minutes. Very unlike him to drop off like that, but we'll clear with WB3K for now, and come on down to my Blue Room check-in. Greg, AI5HV. What's the first movie you remember seeing in the theater?
Off of your computer was so wonderful. At least it got me.
Good afternoon, Nancy, and everyone else on the net. This is Greg, Alpha India 5, Hotel Victor, Broken Arrow. The first movie I remember seeing for sure is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Every time I unkey, I think my radio's cutting out because it's getting overheated. But I'm on low power, and I have to get the squelch working correctly because it doesn't want to. It won't shut off the noise. It's not clamping up high, and it's not clamping to take the noise out. Yeah. So anyway, that's all I need to do is get that taken care of, and then I'll be all set. Back to you, Nancy, and thank you so much for taking. Have a very blessed day. Thank you, and God bless to all.
Well, thank you for the kind words there, and yeah, I hope you get that hitch in the radio giddy up taken care of and solved there, Phil. We'll clear with WV3K and continue on with Greg. I heard you mention Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Go right ahead, AI5HV.
Yeah, I had to wait for the ID there. Yeah, another one I remember is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, but that was quite a ways back. So hope you're doing well, Nancy. You and your family there. Well, I'm sitting here working on our radio code plug for a friend, and just thought I'd check into the net on your hour today.
thank you, Greg. I don't know how you are choosing to come to the net today, but there is a little bit of hash in the background with you, just for your reference, so that you know whatever you've got going on and how it is performing. But both of those movies, I don't remember seeing either one of those anywhere but on the TV. So that kind of stinks. So maybe you need some Geritol also with Fred. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Well, I am old enough that I retired back at the start of this year. So, yeah, actually. And Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, that was the first movie I ever went on a date with a girl, and actually went on a double date with another, some kids from school as well.
Oh, there you have it. You know what? Those movies with, doggone it, what was that actor? And then there was Mary Poppins he was in also. But yeah, there was like a slew of movies that he was in that were just great live action kids movies. And I believe Mary Poppins was the first movie that they did a cross of animation and live action integrated, if I remember correctly.
I think the male actor you're thinking of is Dick Van Dyke.
Yep, he's the one. Definitely great actor for kids movies. He was very very silly and just loved to watch him. There was another movie, I want to say Return to Witch Mountain or something like that, that I think he was in as well.
Well, and now that you mention it, Mary Poppins was probably another movie that I went to very early on. Probably, I'm guessing, back when it was released in 1960.
Oh yeah, great, slew of great movies they came out with then for kids and young adults.
Nancy, it's great to hear from you. I want to wish you and your family a blessed day, and I know you got other people to get to here, so I'll say 7-3, and blessings to you and your family. This is Alpha India 5, Hotel Victor, turning you back over to you.
Oh, thank you, Greg. It's great to hear from you, and you make sure and wave howdy to Miss Judy for us. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and 73 to you. We'll clear with AI5HV, and that is the bottom of the list as I currently have it. And today's question of the day is, what was the first movie you remember seeing in the theater? This is KI5OZZ, the Oz, on the N5X2K Boredom Breaker Net. Please come with your calls phonetically and alphabetically. I'm listening.
Whiskey 7 Sierra Tango Tango for recheck.
Kilo Echo 8 Zulu India November. Kilo Echo 8 Joe Mobile.
Alpha Bravo 8 Mike Oscar, AV8MO, also mobile.
W.
Kilo Delta 5 Alpha Foxtrot Sierra, KD5AFS.
Kilo Bravo 5 Victor Delta Bravo.
Victor, recheck, and yes, Danny was the one with the stuff QV. Let recheck.
Kilo Delta 8 KI5 Charlie EPC Dustin, Kilo Delta 8 Ohio. Sierra Lima Golf KD8 SLG Nick in Orville, Ohio.
Well, I know I got stomped on
Echo EPC Dustin in Medina, Ohio.
All right, let me pick it up there and read off who I've got. Whiskey 7 Sierra Tango Tango, gotcha Cal, gotcha Joe in the mobile, KE8ZIN. Got Andy in the mobile also, AB8MO. I'll pick you guys up here in just a second. I got Grant, KD5S. I've got Ron, KB5VDB. I've got Mark, KC8FQV for a recheck. Nick, KD8SLG, and Paul, let me know if I butcher your call, KJ7IRJ.
Kilowatt Germany 7, Italy Radio Japan.
I always get my G's and my J's mixed up if I don't have the phonetics in there. Appreciate it. Was there anyone else I missed on that?
Hello, Delta Zero, Whiskey Hotel Golf, Bob.
Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, KE8 TLB, in and out.
Okay, I picked up KD0WHG Bob. That'll be the tail gunner for the set. Let's roll on up, back up to the mobiles and catch Joe, KE8ZIN. Welcome to the show this afternoon. What's the first movie you remember seeing in the theater?
Well, I've been sitting here thinking about this. Oh, damn, boy. Good afternoon, Nancy, and everybody on the net. So I've been sitting here thinking about this while I've been driving to work, and I can't remember the first movie that I went to in the theater. I know I went to several of them when I was younger, and my parents would always take us to the drive-in movie theater, but I don't remember which movies they were. So I'm going to tell you the first movie I took a date to, and I know it's on the radio, but date is in air quotes. Let me drop for a second. That was the Addams Family with Raul, Julia, and I was like, I don't know what year that came out, but I was in school. I was young in school too, and I wanted to take a girl to a movie. So we went to go see that. And of course, because I was young, my mom had to come. And of course, because my mom was there, but my brothers were there. And two of their friends were there. So we ended up having a big old group. It wasn't really much good for a date, but it was fun anyway. I hope everybody has a good day, and catch you guys all again some other time. Back to you, Nancy. KE8ZIN.
Alrighty, Joe. Well, you know what? As long as you remember, I did ask you the first one you remember, so that'll do. And I didn't realize that. Okay, now I'm belaying my age. That the Addams Family came out in the movies first. So, with that, thank you, Joe. You make sure and mobile safe out there, and we'll clear with KE8ZIN 73 and have a wonderful Wednesday. And let's pick up our other mobile, Andy, AB8MO. First movie you remember seeing in a theater.
KI50ZZ, AB8MO mobile in Burton Square. Same spot where I was in when I was checking into the barometer. Yes, only one I remember. Oh, good grief. I was probably a little kid. I think we went to go see E.T. at the drive-in. I think that drive-in that I went to is long gone. That's the first one I remember. So, I've probably been to others, but I'm an 80s baby, so I don't go as far back as others do. So, anyway, I'll keep it brief so others can get in here. And I'll throw it back to you, Nancy. Thanks for picking up the shoe. Hello to Joe. I don't know. There's been a lot of crackle on just about everybody's signal today on the repeater. So I'm probably nice and crackly, too. Hopefully not too bad. Back to you, Nancy. This is AB8MO Mobile.
Well, QRM is QRM, and, but, hey, they don't call it amateur radio for just nothing, right? You make sure mobile safe out there, Andy, and everything you said was legible through the crackles and the whatnots, but heard you anyway. Good to hear you in there, Have a wonderful Wednesday and mobile safe. We'll clear with AB8MO and head on back up to the top of the list and catch our pal Cal, Whiskey 7, Sierra Tango Tango. Welcome to the net this afternoon. First movie you remember seeing in the theater?
KI5 OZZ, welcome to the. Glad you're talking today, Queen of Oz, Miss Nancy. And speaking of crackle, it's been up and down, and some of the signals coming in real crackly, and then it'll clear up at the same signal. So I don't know what's going on. It's something in the system. Anyway, as far as my first memory of a movie. Get out a big, tall bottle of Geritol, because I'm going to say The Wizard of Oz, and how fascinated we were when it turned from black and white movie to a color movie, and that was wow back then. And because I go back better than 80 years, and some of these I've been hearing they thought was an old movie. Gee, that was just last week or two, wasn't it? Well, maybe a little further back than that. But that's the way it goes for some of us. We look back over a longer stretch of time, and it gets to be pretty ancient memory sometimes. But I sure hope you got a good bottle of Geritol, because I maybe even had a call. You know, that was another one of those that came off old folks there for a while. Anyway, other than that, and sure appreciate you letting scallywags and reprobates in here, because otherwise I couldn't get in. So appreciate it. And as old Tennessee Ernie Ford used to say, may the good Lord take a liking to you. KI5 OZZ, Whiskey 7 Sierra Tango Tango. Thanks a bunch, Miss Nancy.
Well, thank you, Cal, and that is a fantastic movie, one that I've always loved well before I became the Oz. And I tell you what, if it weren't for scallywags and shenanigans and whatnot, we wouldn't have a net. So thank you again, Cal. Good to hear you in there. We'll clear with W7STT and come on down to Grant, KD5AFS. First movie you remember seeing in a theater. This is KI5OZZ.
KI5OZZ in the net, KD5AFS. Good afternoon, Nancy, and howdy everybody else out there. Well, Nancy, I don't remember what the first movie I ever saw was, but I can take a pretty good guess what it might have been. Back in the early 60s, when I was a little kid, my dad would take me to almost any John Wayne Western movie, anything that came out. So my guess it was probably a John Wayne Western. And it's funny, I've got a lot of those movies on DVD today, so I watch them every once in a while. But other than that, Nancy, all's well here. I'm up to 63 degrees. Glad to see it cool down a bit. Now, if we could just get some rain, a bunch of rain. So, anyhow, Nancy, thanks for picking me up. Great job on the net, and I will send it back to you. KD5AFS.
W8W.
Well, thank you, Grant, and I tell you what, there's nothing wrong with the John Wayne Western. I don't care what era it came from. They're all pretty doggone good. And, dusty and hot is the way we normally have it here in Oklahoma, so that's a no-brainer, but it seems kind of weird to have kind of chilly and dusty. So, yeah. 73 to you. Have a wonderful Wednesday, Grant. We'll clear with KD5AFS. And come on down to Ron, KB5VDB. I haven't talked to you on the radio in a minute. Good afternoon. And what was the first movie you remember seeing in the theater?
Well, good afternoon, Miss Nancy, and everyone else out there. This is KB5VDB. Great to hear from you, too. The Sound of Music, and I saw it at the Rialto Theater in Tulsa. The Rialto was one of those that had the old-time organ in it. All of your ushers wore uniforms, so it was a great theater. And I think a couple of weeks later, Mom and Dad let me go see one of the Dick Van Dyke shows. I forget what one that was. But put my bunch in for your count, and with that, we'll go ahead and clear KB5 VDP.
Well, thank you, Ron. I much appreciate it. It is great hearing from you, and I will work your bunch in as soon as I find them. And I'm sure Nick will be able to help me out with that. At the moment, we'll clear with KB5 VDB, and let's head on down to Mark for his recheck, KC8 FQV.
Yeah, Russ, when he said I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, that movie I seen earlier this year, that was a play, it was a Bible, now it blocked my mind again, he just said it, well, but yeah, that movie, that was a good movie, and the thing is, when you think about being a play where it was in Lancaster, and thinking about, geez, they're seeing it totally different than what you're in the theater, because they're using cameras on it. There in the theater, you're just sitting. Now, maybe they had monitors up on the side of the theater there that you could look up there and see what they were shooting. But that was a heck of a very nice movie. And I know he heard, I say right now, I'm not going to try to remember what it was, banjo or something, but we'll send it back to Net. But when he said that, I had to come back and say, yep, that was it. So in KCFQV, I chopped it up. I couldn't recall it now. So KCFQV.
Roger, Mark. Good memories to be had all around, all the cool movies for sure. We'll clear with KC8 FQV, and come on down to my buddy Nick, who just saved my bacon with the bunch of the Ron. KD8 SLG. Welcome to the show this afternoon. First movie you remember seeing in the theater?
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day. I remember seeing Song of the South in the theater. I'm not that old, but that is pretty much early on memory. And Greg hit a few that I recall that are in the running. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, always a favorite. And Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the original one, not the Johnny Depp thing. But I do remember quite distinctly the first drive-in I went with my neighbors, and they had a Vista Cruiser, just like that 70s show, and parked it backwards so we could all lay in the bed there, and I believe you said it earlier, Escape to Witch Mountain, I believe it was. So there's that, and no worries. I used to have Ron's bunch memorized, but that has leaked away over time. But I still have a piece of paper that I started taking notes on years and years and years ago of the Oklahoma guys, and the first person on that list is K5CFY. Go figure. JRX was in here today, too, and he's on that list, AI5Q, Shannon. All these guys have been friends with for a year, and of course Ron and his bunch. Haven't heard from JD in a while, KI5JHQ. He's on that list too. Anyway, just a moment of sharing there. Fine business today, Nancy. KI5OZZ, this is KD8SLG. Back to net control.
Sorry, I had to wait for my node to ID and go through there, and it always chooses my turn to talk to announce itself, but I know I'm on one of your lists, and I don't think I can name that list on the radio for PC reasons. But yeah, I remember talking with all of that crew when I first got on the radio, and Ron, I believe, was my very first contact on the radio. So once again, if you're listening, Ron, thank you for that, and introducing me to the rest of the Tulsa area and then to the world as I expanded my ham radio knowledge. So great memories to be had. Thank you so much, Nick. Appreciate that. And, yeah, I know I've got that piece of paper around here somewhere, too. I've got it in a different little booklet that I've kept logging in years past. So you make sure and have a wonderful Wednesday. We'll clear with KD8SLG 73 at you. And come on down here to Paul, KG7IRJ, and tell us what was the first movie you remember seeing in the theater, and apologize for butchering your call. And thank you for the correction on that. Come on in.
Oh, no problem, Nancy. KG7IRJ. I get that all the time. I kept my original call sign, but oh well. Now, the first thing I can remember is going to a classmate's birthday party, about second or third grade, and it was the incredible journey. The two dogs and a cat that had to go find their way home. I have seen it a couple of times since then. Just thought I'd pop that in. KG7IRJ, back to you, Ness.
Oh, yes, that was one of quite the handful of wonderful movies that starred or was about a dog and or cat in the gang, but that, I think, was the one that kicked them all off. Great memories, all of the dog movies. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because I don't want to start, anybody jerking tears or anything. So thanks for your input on that, Paul. Have a wonderful Wednesday. 73 to you. We'll come clear with KG7IRJ and come on down to Bob. 0WHG. What was the first movie you remember seeing in the theater? This is KI5OZZ.
KI5OZZ, KD0WHG. First movie I remember, and I like the way you put that, is John Wayne and the Green Berets. But to qualify, I was quite young. I guess my parents couldn't find a babysitter, so I was in the back seat at the drive-in, and I clearly remember, I can't remember the actor's name, Jensen maybe, flying into the punji stick, swinging by his legs, and as a elementary school kid, that certainly got my attention. But that's the first one I remember. And then if you could reply back, since I'm new here, I hope you can hear me better. I was panicking in the garage, digging through moving boxes, going through birds' nests of multi-band HF antennas, and you know what that's like, I'm sure, everybody, to find a small Yagi that I was able to put together on a little tripod, but I don't know. I'm playing east from Skytook. I'm hoping that's where the repeater is. But anyway, John Wayne, the Green Berets, back to you.
W8WKY.
Well, Bob, you are 100% legible. You do have a little snow in the background, but Skytook is kind of wonky as far as coming in to the 09 repeater. But 100% legible, like I said, and thank you for sharing that. That's kind of unique that you got snuck into seeing your first movie in the drive-in. That's pretty cool. Another ham, I know you're new to this net, but another ham to listen for on this frequency that is in the Skytook area that can help you out is KI5 Delta Alpha Yankee. That's Kilo India 5 Delta Alpha Yankee. He's got a couple of screws loose, but he's a really good guy.
Name that goes with that?
One more time, Bob. You broke off at the beginning of your transmission.
And then if you could remind me where the repeater is from me, so I can point my little Yagi. And then is there a first name that goes with that call sign you gave over?
Yes, sir, and you are wanting to point your Yagi to Claremore, which is almost due east of you. It may be just a pinch south. I'm trying to recall the map in my head, but that gentleman's name is Alan, and I gave him the number to go with his call sign all day long. But yeah, he's quite the character and a really great guy. I'm sure he'll be able to help you out. Over.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll keep an ear out. I can use all the help I can get, and if he has tongue-in-cheek screw loose, then we ought to get along just fine. So thank you very much. KI5OZZ, KD0WHG, 73 Super Bay.
Well, thank you, and welcome to the net, and we hope to hear you on more often there, Bob, and hope you're able to get a hold of Alan there. We'll clear with KD0WHG, and that is the end set as at the moment, ladies and gents, and today's question of the day is, what was the first movie you remember seeing in the theater? This is Kilo India 5 Oscar Zulu Zulu, KI5OZZ, the odds on today's N5XQK Boredom Breaker Net. I'm listening for your call. Please come phonetically and alphabetically.
Kilo Bravo 5, Victor Delta Bravo with a recheck.
Kilo Charlie 5, Juliet Victor Tango, Butch in Ardmore.
Kilo Golf 5, November Juliet Alpha, KG5, NJA, Scott in Beeville.
Please copy Kilo Echo 8 Uniform India Bravo KD8 UIB, John in Ohio with a recheck.
Kilo F8 Surf Auto Surf, Mark in Wadsworth, Ohio.
All right, let me pick it up there. I got Ron, KB5VDB for a recheck. I got Butch, KC5JVT. I've got Scott, the Goon Babbler, or the Ninja, as others call him, KG5NJA. I got John in Ohio, KE8UIB for a recheck. And I got Southern Mark, KE8SFS. I almost got the dog pound in here today, doggone it. Let's see, was any of you mobile? Okay, I didn't think so. Let's see, so let's get up and catch Ron's recheck, KB5VDB. Come on in.
Well, if you haven't found your list yet of my bunch, Kilo Charlie 5, Papa Mike Tango, Kilo Delta 5, Papa Foxtrot Golf, Kilo Echo 5, November Romeo Papa, and Kilo Echo 5, November Romeo Quebec. And drive in, I lived a mile away from the Admiral Twin, which was featured in the movie The Outsiders. KB5EB.
Oh, wow, yeah. You know what? I took my daughter to the Admiral Twin the year that it reopened. Gosh, I want to say that was 4 or 5 years ago at least, give or take. But from what I understand, I think there's another drive-in that is now open out in Sepulpa. And if KA5DOY is still listening, he might be able to inform me of that. But thank you, Ron. Appreciate that. And the rest of your bunch, Nick helped me out with that as well. We'll clear with KB5VDB and head on down to Butch in Ardmore, KC5JVT. what was the first movie you remember seeing in the theater? This is KI5OZZ.
It's a perfect 70 degrees down here in Ardmore, Oklahoma. And the first movie was going to be when I was probably 12 years old or 13 years old. Creature from the Black Lagoon. It was Saturday afternoon matinee. You could get in for, I believe, it was 6 Coca-Cola bottles. Empty Coca-Cola bottles. You didn't have to buy a ticket. You just give them your Coca-Cola bottles, which there was a deposit on them back in them days. But yeah, I had nightmares over that one. It was real scary, and I didn't see it since on the internet. But anyway, that was my first one. Oh boy, I think I even slept with the light on that night. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Anyway, that's all from Ardmore. KC5JVT clear.
Oh, wow, that's a great one. And, yeah, sorry about the nightmares. I'll go ahead and share my first movie. And I don't recall that I had nightmares, but I know that there was a big hullabaloo about Bambi when it came out. And I don't remember having nightmares or it being made a big deal of, or I think I remember my mom kind of having a fit because she took me to the movie and saying how awful and horrible it was to include that in the movie. And I was like, okay. Didn't figure that out until quite the while later. But anyway, thank you, Butch. Great to hear from you. And from Ardmore, we'll clear with KC5JV and come on down to the Goon Babbler, Scott. KG5NJA, it's been a minute. Welcome to the show. What was the first movie you remember seeing in the theater?
Thank you, Nancy. Yep, this is KG5NJA. My first movie in the theater that I can come up with must have been like Old Yeller. We had a theater where I was living in, 25-cent matinee on Saturdays. That might have been the first movie. Whatever it was, it's probably an early Disney type movie. Not like they make now. But yeah, I think that could be close. Don't really have an idea. That's what I kind of think. Everything's well up here. I still need to actually wake up and brush my teeth and wash my face, but hey, it is what it is. This is KG5NJA, back to net control.
W8WKY.
Great to hear you in there, Scott. And, yeah, that was one of the other movies when, who was it? Somebody mentioned the Incredible Journey, Paul. There was a slew of great animal movies that had come out all together. And I think Old Yeller precedes that in date, but definitely one of the great ones. Thank you for that, Scott. We'll clear with KG5NJA. You have a wonderful Wednesday and 73 at you. And come on down to John for your recheck, KE8ZIN. Come on, welcome back. Oh, sorry, that was Joe, KE8ZIN. You had a recheck? Well, I'll try and check back with Joe. Let's go ahead and pick up Southern Mark, KE8SFS. What's the first movie you remember seeing in the theater? Welcome to the show this afternoon. Good to have you in here.
Yeah. Let's see, the question I think the first movie I ever saw, I was about 7 years old, was called Gargoyle, that in the late 50s, about a creature that was came to London, England. It was one of those British movies. They were trying to get into sci-fi and all that, and yeah, I remember that. I haven't seen it in years, so I don't know all about the movie anymore. I mean, it's been a long time since they show it, and that. But anyhow, but Old Yellow, huh? I think I saw that in the theater too, but it wasn't the first time. But I didn't like the ending to the Old Yellow. It made me cry, and that, and that, it has that ending to it, how that, going okay, and then I, reading a little bit of my ham radio, my app, and I had to stop for a while and go get my medicine, and that was ready, so that I'm late, and that. But other than that, doing okay and everything, we got 48 degrees. I think I timed it out or something. But anyhow, I'm going to get it back to you. At 8 Sarah Podco, sir.
Well, thank you for that, Mark. And yes, Old Yeller was one of those ones that it was a great movie, but it had a very sad ending. And one of the movies that we watched when we first moved into our house out here, because we are close to Tahlequah, which is where this film was originated, was Where the Red Fern Grows. And great movie about a boy and his dogs, but it ended sadly as well. Still can't bring myself to watch it just any old time, but we had to watch it when we moved over here. But I'll have to look up that British film. That sounds pretty neat. The first forays of anyone in film that went into sci-fi was pretty cheeseball. But they're still fun to watch. So thank you for that, Mark. We'll clear with KE8SFS, and it is past the top of the hour. So I'm going to go ahead and make this last call for today's Boredom Breaker Net. If you wish to check in as an in and out, that would be great. You don't have to participate in the question of the day, but if you wish to, the question is, what is the first movie you remember seeing in the theater? This is KI5OZZ with last call for today's Boredom Breaker Net. Please come with your call phonetically and alphabetically.
Alpha, Bravo 8, Alpha,
Mike 0GIS, Romeo Tango, Craig in the UK, R0JIT, Shannon in Tulsa, Mobile.
Whiskey 5, Victor Lima, W5VL.
Alrighty, I got a bit of a train wreck at the beginning there. I pulled M0GIT from the UK out of there. Craig, good to have you in here. I got Shannon, KC5RBG, And then there was an Ohio station that came in with that kerfuffle. If you would re-identify for me, that'd be great.
Thank you. This is Alpha Bravo 8 Alpha Victor AB8AV Ohio, and I'm going to be in and out.
Okay, there was two stations that came in. There, I got KE8UIB for the in and out. Much thanks for that. And then the other station that came in just now, if you would re-identify for me.
This is Alpha Bravo 8 Alpha Victor AB8AV Ohio, and I'm in and out.
AB8AV, got you in there as an in and out. Many thanks for that. Let's head back up to the top of the list and snaggle Craig from the UK. M0JIT, welcome to the show this afternoon. This is KI5OZZ. What's the first movie you remember seeing in the theater?
Evening, everyone on the net. Yes, I'm not sure. I can't be 100% sure. It may have been Flubber, if anyone's seen that. I do know for sure that my wife and I's first date was to see The Pick of Destiny, because obviously we're very cool. And yeah, we've spoken about, someone mentioned Shitty Bang Bang earlier, and that reminded me that The Vicar of Dibley, which I think we've spoken about before, loads of other shows, and Shitty Bang Bang were all filmed in the same area in the UK. And I believe from the church where The Vicar of Dibley was filmed or set, you can see the windmill in the background that was in Shitty Bang Bang. So that's a little nugget there for you. Back to you from M0JIT.
Oh, that's really cool that you have a landmark that you can recall out of that movie. I think all of the landmarks out of the movie that was filmed local here to us, except for I think the train station is still in existence from where the red fern grows. But great memories there, and thank you for your participation, Craig. Great to hear from our ham radio brothers and sisters in the UK. We'll clear with M0JIT. Have a fantastic evening. And let's come on down to Shannon, KC5, Real Big Guns. What's the first movie you remember seeing in the theater?
W8WKY.
Hello, Nancy, KC5RBG, and gosh, the first movie that I remember actually going to the theater for was probably Grizzly Adams. Actually went there with my daycare when I was a little kid, and it was a good show too. Back then it was all about the front row. You got to be on the front row, and of course, as a little kid, I remember sitting on the front row and this huge screen in front of me, and it's like, how am I supposed to see all this thing? But it was fun any way you look at it. Just got done with my PT, and now I'm off to try to find some fun to do around here, and maybe grab a bite to eat, and just try relaxing for the day. Hope you're having a good one, and I'll let you get through the rest of your list there so you can finish it up and put a bow on it. This is Kilo Charlie 5, Real Big Guns. God bless, and 73. Back to net control.
Oh, thank you, Shannon. I appreciate you participating today, and always good to hear from you. I did not realize that Grizzly Adams was a theater feature before it became a series, because I remember watching the series when I was a kid. But, well, thank you for that. And we'll clear with KC5RBG. Have a wonderful Wednesday and luncheon and et cetera. And take it easy on the shenanigans there, bud. We'll clear with KC5 RBG, and let's see, John, was it In and Out KE8 UIB, is that correct?
KI5 OZZ from KE8 UIB. Good afternoon, Nancy, and everybody out there on the net. And I was actually trying to get in, but, you know, it's train wreck. But a busy net's always a good thing. With your question, though, I really wanted to answer that one. It did bring back a lot of good childhood memories. My mom moved us from Kentucky to Ohio in '85. So, 86, we were up here for a year. I wasn't quite 8 years old yet. And Star Trek 4 was in the theaters. My mom was a huge Star Trek fan. We had never been to the theater before, me and my brother, so she had took us down to, we had hopped the Metro bus in Akron, went down to Waterloo Road, South Plaza, to a little theater called, I think it was the Window or something like that, and watched Star Trek 4, and that was the first movie I ever seen in the theater, so it was a really cool experience. But with that, Nancy, this is KE8 UID, living the $5 dream, and nickel at a time. I'm going to hand this back over to Net Control, and thank you for the pass down memory lane. 7-3, show.
Well, you betcha, John, that I asked you if you were an In and Out, because that actually brought back a memory for me. Star Trek and Star Wars kind of had their battle going on in the 70s there. And I'll never forget that was my brother's first movie that he went to go see was Star Wars, because he would not shut up about it. He absolutely was smitten by the Force. So thank you for the trek down memory lane, as it were, pardon the pun. And we'll clear with KE8 UIB and head on down to David here, W5VL. What was the first movie you remember seeing in the theater? This is KI5OZZ. Well, all the check-ins were coming in hot and heavy. Maybe he did say he was an In and Out. We will wave howdy to you, and thank you for your participation. And the number on today's net, we'll clear with W5VL, and maybe was it AB8AV. Joe, were you In and Out as well, or did I get you and David mixed up? Well, I was probably the one that got mixed up, and they were probably both In and Out. So with that, we will draw today's N5XQK Memorial Boredom Breaker Net to a close for the day. Remember to come back same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow for tomorrow's Boredom Breaker Net. I want to make sure and thank the Silver Creek Radio Club and the Rogers County Wireless Association for the airtime and the repeaters, and everyone else who linked in, and all of our check-ins today. Have a wonderful Wednesday. I now return this repeater back to normal amateur radio use, whatever that may be. And remember, folks, when tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. This is KI5OZZ, the Oz, 7-3.
This is KD8SLG. I'd like to thank everybody who participated in today's N5XQK Memorial Boredom Breaker Net. We'll be back again next Wednesday. Link it up. They are here every day from noon to 2. So if you can get in some other way, have at it. We return the repeater to normal, customary use at 3:12 local time. This is KD8SLG. I'm clear.
HW8WKY. W8WKY. W8WKY. Repeater PL1 14.8. W8WKY. W8WKY.